All right, you know what time it is. Live from the Bare Muscle Garage, it's time for Never Miss Monday with Fit Crew. What do we got in store for you today? Let's go ahead and share this on screen. So for today's Never Miss Monday, we've got a quick 3-round bang for you here. We're going to be doing 30, 20, 10 of calories on the bike and deadlifts. And we may be looking at this thinking, hey, I don't have a bike and the deadlifts, that move kind of scares me. Don't worry, guys. As always, we're going to warm up really well. And we're going to go through all the options that will allow you to do this workout or your version of it right where you are, using what you have and doing what you can. But let's go ahead and hit this general warm up. Here we go, guys. Let's get some arm circles going back, arm circles back. And as you know, my name is Coach Chris. I am a level 3 CrossFit trainer, which means I've logged thousands of hours over many years, helping many people just like you live their best life through health and fitness. Let's switch to arm circles forward. And what does living your best life mean to you? And how does fitness fit into that picture? Why is fitness so important to you in your life right now? That's what we want to know from you as we continue to warm up and get to know our fit crew a little bit better. Let's move on to arms across the chest. Hug yourself, love yourself. And let's hear first from Mighty Mouse. Go ahead, Mighty Mouse, say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness so important to you in your life right now?
Hi, my name's Bernicia. I'm from Georgia. Fitness is important to me right now in my life because without fitness, I wouldn't have the energy to move, the energy to do the things I thought I wasn't able to do, and also it helps me to have a good mindset so I can help others. I do on a daily basis. So without fitness, I wouldn't able to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mighty Mouse, for using your life in such a noble purpose. And I'm sure everyone benefits from your volunteer spirit. Let's go ahead and move on to the wrist wave. And while we're doing the wrist wave here, let's hear from Bird Dog. Go ahead and say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness so important to you in your life right now?
Hey, I'm Robin from Texas, and fitness has really ramped up here for me lately. I'm getting a little older, and so it's not only improved my physical health, but also my mental health. So it's become very important to me to keep it regular.
Very important reasons. I'm sure everyone appreciates your efforts as well. So thank you so much, Bird Dog. Let's go ahead and move on to some high knees. High knees into chest, or if it works better, we could do some high elbows like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from V. Go ahead, V, say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness so important to you in your life right now?
Hi, I'm V. I'm in Maryland. And wow, the first first thing that came to my mind is I thought that keeping up with toddlers and little people was a lot, but I have being tween teens that are they want to go, they want to play all the sports, do all the things, and somebody's got to hang. So I'm really grateful that I can keep up with my fitness and try my best to hang with them.
Yeah, we have to show them that we still got it, right? And you certainly do. So thank you so much, V. And let's go ahead and move on to some calf raises. Up on the toe, back on the heel, up on the toe, back on the heel. Or if it works better, we can do some wrist extensions like this. And while we're doing this, let's hear from Deb. Go ahead, Deb, say your name, where you're from, and why is fitness so important to you in your life right now?
Hi, my name is Deb, and I'm from Connecticut. Fitness is so important because one, I love it. Two, I want to see what my body can do as it gets older. Sometimes you lose muscle mass, and I want to see how strong I can get. And then it's good because I'm able to help myself. I'm able to help myself. I'm able to help others around me. And so, in order to do that and be happy, you want to be fit. You want to be fit for the task. So, thank you, Coach.
And thank you, Deb. And let's go ahead and move on to some jumping jacks, or we could do some stepping jacks if we want low impact. And so understanding our why and seeing how our fitness fits into our purpose is super important to develop unshakable resolve and discipline and dedication to the program. And we go over this and so much more in the Committed Club Academy. The Academy has helped hundreds of our Fit Crew family all over the world to peel back the layers of the onion and see, what am I really doing this for? Tap into those reasons so that we can do these barbells and burpees and everything day after day and get those results. So if this sounds interesting to you, please click that link that's in this video or feel free to message me for details. Let's take a break from this warm-up and we're going to move on to the activation phase, which is where we're going to do a couple different moves that are going to help us to get specifically ready for today's workout. The first move we're going to do is glute bridges. And let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 glute bridges for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the glute bridges are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 glute bridges together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We are laying on our back. We are pulling the feet super close to the hips and we are squeezing those glutes. And we want to think fast up, hold the top, slow on the way back down. And we want to get those hips higher and higher each time. And so good job on these glute bridges. Next, we're going to do some stepping mountain climbers. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 mountain climbers on each side. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then those mountain climbers are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 mountain climbers together. Now, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit of a challenge for us, in which case we could do this off of the incline. And let's have Twin 1 demonstrate a couple reps here. This could be off of a dresser, off a sofa, off of even the wall if needed, but we're going to be in an incline plank position and then get those knees to the elbows. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, then we're keeping those hips low, taking a nice big step forward with the hands outside, the feet outside the hands at the top, and leaning into it to really open up those hip flexors. And so good job here on these mountain climbers. Next, we're going to do some plank shoulder taps. Let's go ahead and have Twin 1 demonstrate 2 plank shoulder taps for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the plank shoulder taps are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 plank shoulder taps together. Now, similar to those mountain climbers, it could be that doing this off the ground is a bit of a challenge, in which case we could do this off the incline. Let's have Twin 1 demonstrate here. It could be off the same counter or dresser or sofa or whatever. And we're going to be in a nice incline plank position, shifting the weight, tapping the opposite shoulder. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, then we're in a nice tight plank position with those hips low, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core as well to keep that nice and tight. And we're avoiding too much twisting and turning there, keeping the chest and the hips square with the ground. So good job here on these plank shoulder taps. And next, we're going to do some good mornings. Let's go ahead and have V demonstrate 2 good mornings for us. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then the good mornings are going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 good mornings together. So a couple things to keep in mind. We've got those feet close together underneath the hips, and we're going to fold those arms across the chest. And we are initiating by sending those hips back and then hinging until we get that chest to just about parallel with the ground. Slight bend in the knees there to fire up the posterior chain, the glutes and the hamstrings. And then we're going to squeeze the glutes until we get all the way back up to a fully standing locked out position up top. And so good job here on these good mornings. Well, that is it for the activation phase. Now we're going to move on to the movement prep, which is where we're going to practice specifically the 2 moves that we're doing in today's workout. The first move is the bike. So specifically, if you happen to have a bike, an air bike, like an assault bike or a Rogue Echo bike, or honestly, any other type of bike, just like we have V over here, what I'd like you to do is to hop on that bike, and we're going to do a 1-minute test here to see how many calories you can get in that minute. And this is important for a number of different reasons. Number one, every machine measures calories differently. And number two, we also want to measure our capacity on this bike, and we want to be able to scale appropriately. And it also should be noted that if you happen to have a rower like Bird Dog today, then that is acceptable as well if you want to use a machine. But most of us don't have these machines. We are the machines. We're going to do a body weight modification for the bike that preserves the effort and stimulus it takes to rack up those calories. We're going to do a combination of mountain climbers and plank shoulder taps. 1 mountain climber plus 1 plank shoulder tap on each side is going to equal a calorie in our body weight bike. And let's go ahead and have twin 1 demonstrate 2 calories on the body weight bike. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then each calorie is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 5 calories on our body weight bike. Now, it should be noted, if we were doing those incline mountain climbers in the warm-up, we can continue to do that here. So just like we see Deb doing here, we're going to be doing the incline knee to elbow, followed by the plank shoulder taps. So 1 on each side equals a calorie there. But if we're doing this off the ground as prescribed, notice how twin 1 is now jumping out these mountain climbers. And to the extent that our joints can take it, that is actually preferred if we want to jump, tap, tap. Otherwise, the step is always going to be an option as well. And so good job here on these mountain climbers and plank shoulder taps. The second move that we're doing in today's workout is going to be the deadlift. So what I'd like everyone to do is let's go ahead and grab a broomstick or a mop or a PVC pipe. Are you in the PVC pipe crew yet? If you're not, what are you waiting for? All the cool kids are getting PVCs. But seriously, we want nothing heavier than a broomstick right now. We definitely want to make sure we have the right form before we add any weight, if at all. So with this broomstick in hand, let's go ahead and have twin 1 demonstrate 2 reps of the deadlift for us. And if we are doing this from the seated position, then the deadlift is going to look like this. So let's everyone join in and let's do 10 reps of the deadlift together. So a couple things to keep in mind. At the start of the deadlift, the feet are going to be close together. The hips are going to be super low, but the chest is up, shoulders back. We are looking straight ahead. And we're going to take a deep breath in and brace that core as we drive the ground away, getting to a fully standing, locked out position up top. And then we're also going to brace that core on the way back down as well, keeping that broomstick close to the body. And so good job here on these deadlifts. Well, now it's ramp up time. If you've been doing this program long enough to start earning badges and you'd like to start adding some weight to do either the scaled, intermediate, or RX weight, then let's start to gradually add some weight, doing about 5 to 7 practice deadlifts at a time, adding a little bit of weight each time until we get to the weight that we want to use for our division. Let's not rush this. We have time to do at least 3 to 5 warm-up sets here before we get the clock started. But if we have not been earning badges, or we're just getting back into this after a long time off, then please, let's not add any weight. That super light weight that we just did in the warm-up is going to be more than enough for us today. Seriously, it's very important that we have the right form and consistency with all our habits, as evidenced by earning that badge, before we've earned the right to add or reintroduce intensity, such as by adding weight or going fast. And whether we're adding weight or not, let's pay close attention to the following checklist. Number 1, please make sure your device is fully charged or plugged in so we can get through this whole workout without losing you. Number 2, let's grab some water. Let's take a sip. Let's make sure we got our water nearby so we can take a sip as needed all throughout the workout. Number 3, I'm going to give everyone a 3, 2, 1, go countdown. And that's how you can synchronize your timer with mine if you choose to use one. Number 4, music. Super important. This is not a super long one, but we don't want it to be any longer than it needs to be. And our playlist makes a big difference on our performance. So I can guarantee your taste in music is way better than mine. What's on your playlist? You can blast your music as loud as you want, as long as you can still hear me helping you throughout the workout. And lastly, how are we keeping track of these rounds? This is a 3-round workout. The reps start high and they get lower. It's easy to lose track of where we are, who we are, what we're doing. Let's have some type of system in place to help us to know where we are without getting lost. Something that helps with that is having the workout written down close by. So if you're a teacher's pet like Mighty Mouse, first to the screen, but we've got Deb, very close second place, a dancing teacher's pet over there. And we've got V as well with the handwriting award. We've got Bird Dog with the whiteboard award over here. And we've got Twin One with the multiple color award. Let's go ahead and take a teacher's pet picture just to show how prepared you are. Teacher's pet picture in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. I'm going to bring the workout back on screen one more time here, and then we'll get going. So in just about a minute, we're going to start this timer. And we're about to do this Never Miss Monday workout, which is 30 calories on the bike, 30 deadlifts. And then we're going to do 20 calories on the bike, followed by 20 deadlifts, and then 10 calories on the bike, followed by 10 deadlifts. Now, most of us are doing the at-home body weight modification for the bike. So in the first round, we're going to be doing 30 sets of the mountain climbers and plank shoulder taps on each side, followed by the 30 deadlifts, then the 20 mountain climber plank shoulder taps and the 20 deadlifts, and then the 10 mountain climber plank shoulder taps and the 10 deadlifts. Now, for those of us who have the bike, whatever we just got on that 1-minute test, let's use that as our last round there for the 10-calorie round. If it happens to be 10 calories, awesome. But if it was a little bit less, let's just use that number. And then you could do double that in the second round. You can do 3 times that in the first round. And that's going to be in line with the time and effort we want to take on that bike. And so your score is going to be the time it takes you to get through these 3 rounds of descending reps of calories on the bike or mountain climber plank shoulder taps, if that's what we're doing, and the deadlifts. So if you are good to go, give me a thumbs up here and we'll get this going. I'm going to give ourselves a 10-second countdown, and then I'm going to highlight twin 1 to get us going. So here we go, guys. 30 mountain climber plank shoulder taps, 30 deadlifts, and then it's all downhill from there. 10 seconds. Let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. And we are off on these mountain climber plank shoulder taps, jumping these as much as we can, but modifying if we need to. So we've got the incline knee to elbow plank shoulder taps. And then of course, we've got the seated variation as needed. Now, if you happen to be on that bike, then let's really push for this first set here to take less than 3 minutes. We did that 1-minute test, and we're kind of using those numbers as a guide. But let's see if we can push even a little bit faster on this first round to make this first round of biker machine less than 3 minutes long. And then on to the 30 deadlifts. And then it's all going to be downhill from there. But we are hitting these one at a time, step, step, tap, tap, jumping as much as we can, stepping as needed. And as we know, we have lots of different types of workouts in this program. We have longer ones, we have shorter ones. Sometimes the reps go up, sometimes they go down. Sometimes it's for time. Sometimes we decide how many rounds we're going to get. And they all help us to be ready for whatever life throws our way. And hey, it looks like Mighty Mouse is already ready for these deadlifts. Those deadlifts are looking kind of light there, Mighty Mouse. I think you can add some more weight on that. Yeah. And we got V off the bike, about ready to hit those deadlifts as well, keeping that bar close to the body, hips low, chest up, shoulders back. And we got twin 1, taking a breath, and then moving on to these deadlifts as well. And there goes twin 1. On a big set like 30, I like to break it up mentally into 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. If it's a weight that's kind of challenging for me. Otherwise, if you could blast out a good like 15 in a row right now, then that's great too. But nice work so far. Getting through these reps. The bigger the set, the smaller the sets that we take in our pacing strategy. We want to think quick sets, short rest, if it's like a big number that scares us. So let's take smart strategic breaks, a couple breaths, right back on it. On this set of 30, we are hitting these deadlifts, getting low with the hips, keeping the chest up, shoulders back. And just like that, we got V about ready to hit this second round of bike, the 20 calorie round, or whatever she's calibrated for herself. And we're looking for this bike to take less than 2 minutes. So let's really push to hit that number in less than 2 minutes here. We got Deb closing out this round of 30 on the deadlifts, twin 1 as well. Mighty Mouse as well. Bird Dog just finishing the 30 deadlifts. About to move on to the round of 20. And so far, everyone here is on track to finish within today's target window. And the target windows are the best way to measure our progress through this program and to challenge ourselves appropriately. And how do the target windows work? Well, when we first start out, we're not adding weight, we're doing perhaps the flex options of the movements. But then as we start earning badges, we can start to experiment using some of the scaled weights and options. And as we finish within the target windows with the scaled weights and options, we can move on to the intermediate weights and options. And as we're able to finish within the target window with the intermediate weights and options, we can move on to the RX weights and options. And the journey to RX is different for everyone. It could take weeks, it could take months, it could take years, and also it just depends on the workout itself. Some workouts play more to our strengths. But if we continue to use the target windows as a guide, especially if we're still scaling, doing either the scaled or intermediate divisions, we want to make sure that we're picking options that help us to land right in there. Not too far under, not too far over. That way we're challenging ourselves just the right amount and progressing. We got V moving on to that last round there. Bird Dog making her way, finishing off the second round of deadlifts. Twin One getting to about the tail end of that second round of bike. But everyone's still on track to finish within that window. So nice work here, guys. Let's do this. Breathing, moving, standing it out, looking straight ahead, keeping those hips low, chest up, shoulders back. Very important to keep a nice straight back there on these deadlifts. And we got V picking up that bar for the last 10 reps here. So all the way down, all the way up, full range of motion. Twin One about to hit that bar. And Bird Dog heading into the last round here. And we know what to do is we hit that buzzer as we get closer to the finish. We hit that buzzer, we yell time, we cheer on our family. And it looks like V is across the finish line. Let's get a quick little victory dance from V. And let's cheer on our family here, guys. We got Mighty Mouse hitting some deadlifts here. Twin One closing out this second round, about to blast through the last round. Bird Dog almost done with the last round of she's rowing for the bike. So all the way down, all the way up, and we got Mighty Mouse across the finish line. Great work there, Mighty Mouse.
Good job, guys.
Right
Keep pushing.
at the lower end of that target window. So Twin One on this last round of bike. Bird Dog just getting off that last row there for the bike. And she's about to hit these last 10 deadlifts. And there she goes, breathing, getting through it. So let's do this, Bird Dog. Breathing and bracing each time. Hips low, chest up. Looking straight ahead. Twin One approaching that bar to pick that up for the last time. Let's do this, guys. And there goes Bird Dog across the finish line. And let's cheer on Twin One. Moving some heavy weight there.
Nice job, go for Twin One.
You got this.
So awesome work, Twin One. Let's go. Just a couple more reps. All the way down, all the way up, full range of motion. And there goes Twin One. Well, I'll tell you what, that's always super exciting, but we're not done yet. We're about to move on to the cool down stretch, which is one of the most important parts of the program. This stretch helps us to fight soreness, increase flexibility, so we can come back day after day, staying consistent and committed. So the first stretch that we're going to do today is the seal stretch. And in the seal here, we're going to be laying face down, and we are going to push up like this, letting those hips sink into the ground. And if this is hard on our hands, then we can do it off the elbows like this. And if we're doing this from the seated position, then we can get those arms up and pull back like this. And while we're doing this, let's reflect on the workout. Let's do some high-low buffalo. So, high. What is one thing you feel you did well in the workout today? Low. What is something you want to do better the next time it shows up? And buffalo. What is something that surprised you about the workout today? While we're thinking about that, let's switch here. We're going to go from the seal into the frog. So we're going to get those hips back, knees out. Lean into it like this, opening up those hips. And while we're doing the frog here, let's hear from Twin One. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're getting the hands down to the shoulder blades and pulling back like this. But what is your high-low buffalo, Twin One?
So my high was the deadlift, the low was the mountain climbers with plank shoulder tap, and the buffalo was that sneaky WOD. It really burned, man. Snuck up on me big time.
Yeah, simple doesn't mean easy, but when we approach it with the right mentality and the right intensity, that's where the results happen. So good job, Twin One. Let's go ahead and switch to supine twist. We're going to lay on the back, get one knee into the chest, and we're twisting the opposite way, pulling down with that hand. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Bird Dog. And we're doing this from the seated position. We're going to twist toward the right, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, Bird Dog?
Hey, I just really enjoy the flexibility of this program. Trying out the rower today and challenging myself on that was definitely a high for me. Low was, I think next time I want to work on a little bit heavier weight on my deadlifts. I want to challenge myself a little bit more on that move. Buffalo was, I was really proud of my time. Hitting the desired time frame was definitely a bonus for me today. Thank you.
Agreed on all ends. You performed really well. There's definitely room there for you to push those weights just a little bit more, as evidenced by the time that you got toward the lower end of the target window. And so glad that you were able to use what you have and do what you can. And so good job there, Bird Dog. Let's now hit supine twists on the other side. We've got the other knee into the chest, and we are twisting, pulling down like this. And while we're on this side, let's hear from Deb. And if we're doing this from the seated position, we're now twisting toward the left, holding on to whatever we need to. But what is your high-low buffalo, Deb?
Oh, sorry. Trying to catch my breath from 30, 20, 10s. But my high, what a deadlifts. I could have went up a little bit more. I'm getting stronger. Go, Debbie. but I could have went up a little bit more on the low where the mountain climbers. I think those are like down low V-ups, and that whole movement there, is disrespectful for me. So we're trying to rein it in though. But the buffalo was, I'm a counter, so I'm just like 70, seriously, 70 mountain climbing. But I was trying to get into the music and not just go, and then it helped me to count by fives. I was like, oh, I got this. So it was a little bit easier. Thanks, coach.
Hey, we always say, don't do the math, do the work. But you know what? You put your head down, you did that work, and you got a good time as well. And so good job, Deb. Well, that's our WOD, that's our stretch, that's our high-low buffalo. Let's go ahead and start the week off with this Never Miss Monday sweaty selfie. Because does it count if we don't take this selfie? Let's flex on the camera here, guys, and let's take this selfie. Sweaty selfie in 3, 2, 1. And crazy face. And let's put the fist in the middle for the cheer. On 3, 2 claps, fit crew. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Fit crew.
Big crew. Woo!
Thank you guys so much. If you enjoy this program, then please give this channel a subscribe, a like, and a share. Thank you very much, and see you next time.